there everybody, this is Tracey from Lavinia Stamps. Thank you for joining me again today for another demo. We're going to be using the gel press today with some Brushos. I'm going to start with the ColourBox. This is Otter. So we're going to be using some browns and oranges, possibly some greens today. So I'm just inking up the brayer now. This is our base colour, so I'm just going to pop that straight down onto the gel press. Okay, and now picking up the Brushos, I'm going to start with the yellow, and I'm just going to tap some of that colour onto the gel press. And then I've got some oranges and reds over here, so I'm going to just pick up, just check that colour. Yeah, we've got plenty of water in these. It's always worth putting extra water in with your Brushos. You don't need much colour, much of the actual crystals at all, because the colours are so vibrant. Okay, so I'm going to pick up a little bit of green now and just pop that down the edge there. And that should be enough to give us a nice background. So picking up the multifarious card now, I'm going to bob that down over the top, smooth that over, and let's see what we've got. And there we go, look at that, fabulous. Nice colours actually, they work really well together. Okay, so we'll move that to the side now. I'm going to just use my heat gun and just make sure that's completely dry. They're all water-based colours, so they should dry very quickly anyway, but just to make sure. Going to trim that down now. I am going to leave a slight border around the edge. Okay, so we're going to use one of our old stamps today. So inking up in the black, I'm going to be using the Nocturne. Make sure that's completely covered. And then we're just going to pop that down like so. Give that a good press. Let it rest for a while. And there it is. Okay, so I'm going to add some foliage around that. I think first I'm going to bleach some of this colour out just to make it a little bit more of a focal point. So Just popping a little bit of water on that. And let that just soak in a minute. And it starts to pull the colour to the surface, and then we can just dab it out and it will just lighten that area a little. There we go. That's just a really effective way of making an image a little bit more dimensional, three-dimensional. Yeah, so I think that just looks better rather than being able to see this at the back of it. It's just a little bit too dark, but we can always use our white pen a little later just to highlight certain areas anyway, so don't worry too much about that. Okay, so we've got some little mini stamps here. I'm just going to go around the edge now. So this is our mini branch. So I'm going to ink up in pine cones. And I'm just going to add a few branches around the edge. And all we're going to do is just build that up. So this time I'm going to ink up in the Shady Lane. Spanish moss, that was an old one that VersaFine, well, I think they still do it actually. Okay, again I'm going to just stamp around the edge. Like so. Okay. So I am going to use the white pen now. I'm just going to pull out these lovely little stones at the base of the Hobbit door. And I'm going to just pull out some of the detail in the door as well. Okay, so this just sort of highlights certain areas, but this is a great pen for doing anything like that. So taking a brush, I'm going to go back to my ColourBox, the Otter, and I'm just going to add a little bit of colour inside the door, just round the edge. Okay, so it's really starting to pop out now, just by filling in a little bit of the detail. I can see a couple more stones there that I've missed, so I'm just going to colour those in too. Okay, so I think we need a bit of foliage now, so I'm going to pop some things at the top. And then I'm going to ink up again in Shady Lane. And just pop that so it's hanging down. Like so. And then we're going to add a few little berries as well. So I'm inking up this time in the onyx black. And then we just need something down the bottom here. So I'll just have a quick look to see what we can pop down there. Which one shall we go for? Decisions. I've got too many stamps here. Okay. Let's use this one. And we'll ink up this time in Chianti. So these are our lunar buds. I'm just going to pop a few down here. Okay. So this is our jelly glaze pen. It's like a glaze. I have used this before. It's a really nice red and it dries really glossy. So I'm going to pop those on the berries. Just so easy and very, very effective. Okay. And we'll go back to our white pen. And I'm just going to pull out some of the detail on the lunar buds here as well. Just to make them stand out a little better. Okay, so finally I'm going to use some a verse, and I'm just going to go around the edge. and I'm going to use Shady Lane. So ink up, and then we're just going to pop that down on the edge of the card. Okay, and finally I'm going to just border that now using a smoothie and one of our Versaclair colours. So I am going to go with Shady Lane again, to start with anyway. I might add a deeper colour. Let's just see how we get on with this first. Okay, so I am going to use Chianti now, just to add a little bit more depth down the bottom of the card here, and a little at the top. Now I can see I've missed some berries out there, so just going to colour those in. And then all we need to do now is just add a little bit of the glitter. So using our glue pen, we're just going to add a little bit around the Hobbit door. And put a few little dots around where the stones are. And we'll just sprinkle over. This is a really nice sort of copper glitter with some really nice sort of green, a coarser green glitter in it. So, and there we have it. So you can see how the white pen has really pulled out the detail in that and made it really pop actually, because it's quite a dark card, so we do need that focal point to stand out so we can see it nice and clearly. And that's another one of our older stamps that I designed many moons ago. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching and joining me today, and I'll speak to you very soon. Take care guys, bye for now.